Power of branding with Aesos going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're gonna play you a beautiful song before we even start. So hopefully everything goes very well and we have a strong connection. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching this live, stay with us. We will have lucky draw at the end. Not really lucky draw, but we will have a session where we ask questions, and if you can answer, then you will be able to win these prizes. Yeah, so it will be live anytime.
你 Messenger 你度，而家你睇差唔多到年幾年唱歌咗，係咪唱你嘅 One Million？
Okay, so let me check with my handphone. Yes, it's already live. So what I do now is I go back here and I share the screen. Yeah, I share the screen and I will play a short music while waiting for people to come in. Yeah.
Suddenly I realize that everyone had cries since the early hours of the year. Day by day becomes more severe. In the middle of the darkest day, in the middle of the night, you took God for us all alone. All we keep saying all at home. You are the one. You are a soldier without guns. You are the one. You weather the dangerous your lives. You are the one. You listen to all the fears around. You are the one. So grateful to have you all around. You are the one.
Everyone can learn for free. Everyone
We respect you a million times.
can dive into his experience and
A million times, a million times and more.
okay, so
We respect you a million times. We respect you. We respect you a million times.
For those who stay until
Suddenly I realized that everyone had cried since the early hours of the year. Day by day it becomes more severe. In the middle of the darkest day, in the middle of the night, you stood God for us all alone. While we keep safe all at home, you are the one. You are a soldier with a gun. You are the one. You weather the danger in your lives. You are the one. You listen to all the fears around. You are the one. Oh, so grateful to have you all around. You are the one. We respect you a million times.
this beautiful song is actually designed, composed by Aesos,
not composed by me.
a very good music composer. So ladies and gentlemen, we have Aesos with me. I will stop share the screen for a while and I am going to introduce Aesos properly, and this is how we get started. So let me read a little bit about him before I start interview him and goreng him cow cow. Okay, so Aesos, welcome to our platform here tonight. Can you see me, Aesos?
Yes, I can see you. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. So thank you, and I hope you can increase your volume so everyone can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, I come nearer. Can you hear me now?
louder, even better.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Aesos is actually the owner, and also the founder of the Durian Kingdom. He is the founder and the CEO of Durian Kingdom Sri Berhad. Maybe you may not know about Sunshine Kingdom. However, you may recognize his products. Later on, when we show you the products, I believe you will recognize the product and you will know, oh, this is the man behind these popular products. You may have been consuming his products and you do not know who is the founder. And today we will show you who is the founder and how he actually rise very quickly. In short few years, he managed to build his business. And this guy is a branding guy. He not only know the theory, he knows how to apply. He knows how to build his brand. In a short few years, from nothing, they become something recognized by the industry and the market. And not only that, they actually won a lot of awards. Later we will show you the awards. He's a very creative, innovative person, and that's the reason why I feel he's the right guy to bring into the interview platform and to share with you his insights, his wisdom, his experience, and also his struggle, how he actually overcome the struggle and challenges. So he is actually, I know him long time ago. At the time when he came for my training many years ago, he was still not a business owner yet, but in the last few years he managed to build his brand and it became very successful. And if you fly in Asia, you open the Santan magazine, you can see there's one page actually is promoting his products. Yeah, but later on I will share with you, bring him in very soon to share with you how in short few years, what is his secret, what is his method to actually build from nothing to become something recognized by the industry. Okay, are you all ready? If you are ready, help me like, help me share, help me invite your friends to this platform, to this Facebook Live, so that we all can enjoy learning, have fun, and then we welcome questions from the Facebook people. Those who are watching, we welcome questions from you. Say hi to us, tell us where you come from, and also along the way when you are in the interview, please type your questions and we welcome questions. I'm sure you do have questions to ask Aesos. Yeah. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I will share screen again and you are going to see how the screen looks like. Okay, now I'd like to bring in Aesos. Aesos, would you like to say something to add on to what I mentioned just now?
Right, thank you, Jackson, and a very good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming in. This is the first time I'm doing a live show, and my colleagues have already done a lot of live shows, so I have to do live shows in order for me to chase them because they're getting more expert than I do. Anyway, thanks for inviting me, and I would like to share with all of you how we actually did the business. And it's something interesting because Durian, nobody ever thought about doing Durian as a business. So I will share with you how we started the business and how we built a brand from nothing to something interesting today. So it's not only just sharing about what to do, it's sharing about the story, the passion, the love that they put into the business, so that when you do something with passion and with love and with good people around you, our staff are very good, my partner is very good. So with all these things, I think you will be able to take something back after this evening, how we did it, and everybody actually can do it. Yeah.
So 回来一下，弄那个口号一下，不要紧。
Yeah, so I saw that a lot of people love durian, so we are at the right place at the right time, but except that we can't have durian now, but it's okay because the durian season is coming. So hopefully within the next 1-2 weeks, we will be able to, after the lockdown, like under the prison now, Merdeka, so we can eat durian now.
Very good. So what I like to show you is this PowerPoint that you guys can see. Aesos, this is your favorite PowerPoint. This is your favorite slide, your favorite poster. Can you tell us why you put Mr. Bean here? I don't understand.
Okay.
What is Mr. Bean got to do with durian?
Okay, you see, if you look at it, how have you been? So instead of BEEN, so I made a joke out of, we have been really good. Okay, Mr. Bean, this is not an actual Mr. Bean because it will cost you millions of pounds to get Mr. Bean to hold our products. This is actually a impersonator from India who looks very much like Mr. Bean. So it didn't cost us millions of dollars. It cost us really kuchap konya, you know. So we got him, and then I think everybody recognizes him. So in order to build a brand, you have to get something attached and engage with something that other people are familiar with, because your brand, if it's not known, but if somebody holds it who is famous, then the brand, what is this? I haven't seen it before. Yeah.
Who's the guy on the right side?
Okay, the guy on the right is Martin Yan, Master Chef Martin Yan. He is a very, very famous worldwide international master chef. So he has got his own program called Yan Can Cook, So Can You. So when I was a little boy, young, that was like 30, 40 years ago, he was already cooking, and he still cooks until now. And then we are fortunate to have some friends who introduced us to him, and we made him like our brand ambassador for 1 year. So it's a privilege and an honor to be working with him.
Okay, I always see that you are always behind the durian poster, and then you really love durian. Not only that, you really turn the durian into your mascot, into your icon, something like that. Yeah. So why you choose durian instead of other fruits? You got pineapple lah, papaya lah, you got monkeys lah, you got mangoes, you got banana lah. Why you, from all the fruits, you choose durian?
Okay, one of the main reason about durian is because it is a national treasure. Okay, a national treasure, which is, we are very, very proud to have one product that we can consider our durian as the best product or best fruit or best durian in the world. Okay, so if you talk about manggis lah, rambutan lah, mango, I don't think we can claim it to be the best in the world, but durian can be the best in the world. So in order for us to be known in the world, we have to look for something that can represent us to be the best in the world. And of course, durian is a very interesting fruit that either you love it or you hate it. So, and it is a fruit which is so exciting that some people, after eating durian, they say that I am addicted to durian. I'm addicted to durian. And not only that, I meet some Chinese people, customers, they said, what do you mean addicted? We are like kena poison already. 我们中毒了. So like, we haven't heard of these kind of things. So that was the reason why we actually chose durian as our main business. Yeah.
I see. So I think you have picked the right fruit, because we always say durian is the king of fruits, right? King of fruits.
That's right.
And then in this context, people actually can agree with you that if you use durian, people just naturally attracted to durian. So can I just ask you, because you have chosen durian, and durian become your very important ingredient in this in making your product. So how do you actually capitalize on durian, and how do you also win so many awards? Maybe you want to share a little bit. What kind of awards are you winning? And from so many awards I see here, which are the top 3 awards that you are really proud of, the top 3?
Okay, the top 3, number 1 will be the Super Brand, number 2 will be the Malaysia Book Records, and number 3 will be Soba. Okay, very quickly, Super Brands is the only brand in the world that you cannot apply to get an award. So you have to do something over the years, and if they recognize you and if they see you, they will come to you and say, we would like to offer you an award like this, and so on. It's a very, very prestigious award, and we are so proud because we are the first and only durian company in the entire world to be awarded Super Brands. And not only for last year, we also got awarded for this year. And the second one is Malaysia Book of Records. Malaysia Book of Records, so what it means you are the Malaysian record holder. To be a Malaysian record holder for something is very, very difficult because there are 32 million people in Malaysia. So we are being awarded as a Malaysia Book of Record holder because we have the most number of downstream or durian related products in Malaysia, where we have got about 65 products which are related to durian, like durian coffee, durian chocolates, cookies, we have got biscuits and all these things. So all together we got 65, and this is our second most prestigious award that not everybody can get unless you're a record holder. And finally, SOBA, which is the Star Outstanding Business Award. And if you can look at the screen, there are 2 years that we won. And
Wow.
yeah, we won Silver Award last year, and we are very proud and very honored to have won this Gold Award this year, because this SOBA Award.
Can you share a bit what is the criteria for you to actually win these SOBA awards? Can you share with us?
Okay, SOBA Awards is actually like the Academy Award for movies in America or in the world. So as well as Grammy Awards, the best song in the world. So SOBA is an award which is organized by the Star newspaper, which is very prestigious. So what the criteria is that there are there are 8 categories only in the entire year, and we went in for best in marketing. The thousands of companies who actually competed to win this best in marketing. So what it tells us is that if you do good things in marketing sense and all this, they identify, you have to submit the questionnaires and answers and everything, why you should win this best in marketing. And fortunately, we won because we did a lot of things that not many people have thought of doing. And this is not only to compete with Durian people, it's the entire spectrum of SME in Malaysia, where thousands of people compete. It's something like me winning the best movie of the year in America in the Oscar and Academy Awards. So that's why we are very pleased and very proud and very honored to be recognized for the things that we've done over the last 6 years. And we thank the judges and thank the public for accepting us, and we will work harder to make Durian national treasure and our country proud.
So, but my question for you is, how important it is for a company or an association or even for individual to win awards? How is awards helping them in their business? What's your point of view?
Okay, my point of view is that an advice first before I answer the question is that if you have a chance to win awards and to compete for awards, please do. Because winning awards, initially we thought it was basically, wow, we have achieved something, somebody recognized, we win awards, we like shots in the day, we feel very happy and all these things. But one day a friend of mine asked me in Cantonese, "Wait, what it means is that, you have won so many awards, are you actually making money? So are you using the awards to make money?" So it took me, it stunned me and said, yeah, he got a point, So what should we do with the awards in order to make money? So one day I just found an answer. So what we did was, we put all the awards onto our packaging. So initially we put 1 or 2 awards because we thought that the 1 or 2 awards are important. But now if we can find space in our packaging, we put everything. So some of the packaging with bigger ones, we got like 10 to 12 different awards. Okay, why? Okay, awards will give confidence to people. And this particular product is, number one, can be trusted. I can have confidence buying the product because it's an award-winning product or award-winning brand. And give you an example, right? If you go, let's say all of us go to Bali today and we want to buy some souvenirs, food souvenirs for our friends or families and all this in the relatives, right? You go to a supermarket and Bali and Indonesia is very famous for kueh lapis. So kueh lapis are layered cake. Suddenly you go to a supermarket, suddenly you see like, wow, got 50 kueh lapis. So what am I going to buy? So how am I going to choose? And if you see something, it's like 4 ringgit 50 cents, it's like very cheap. I gave my friend also, doesn't look good. Then there's another one which has got 20 ringgit. Another one is like 25 ringgit. And you say, 20, 25 ringgit, 5 ringgit extra only. If I buy 10, only 50 extra. Let's see the 25 ringgit. Once you pick up the 25 ringgit, you see, wow, this is a super brand Indonesia. So 1 million, boxes and units. And then at the same time, wow, top, most appreciated, won a lot of awards and all these things. So you feel the confidence like, okay, I might as well pay another $5 extra and give it to our family and friends with good quality. So there is quality assurance, trust, and confidence, which is very important in today's world of branding, because today people are more selective.
Okay, there's one thing I want to ask you. You actually mentioned your strategy, your secret in building your brand is called copy and paste method. You mentioned copy and paste method. What do you really mean by copy and paste method when you are actually building your your brand? And then what is this copy and paste? Can you explain?
All right, a copy and paste is something that we do because you see, to build a brand from scratch, to build something from nothing is extremely difficult, okay? So, and especially in this very competitive environment, it's even more difficult to come up with a product and start selling and thinking it will work, but most of the time it will not. So the copy and paste concept is basically how do we copy successful people? How do we copy successful brands? How do we copy successful strategies? Packaging, directions, objectives. So once we copy all these things from the great people and who have already done great things, and how do we paste it into our business so that it is like a shortcut? And I will explain to you certain things of the copy and paste of where we go through this, how we copied and how we pasted these things into our business, and at the same time create our own identity after that. Yeah.
So you mentioned you have the three biggest people influence you to actually build your brand and to really inspire you, motivate you to do things differently. And I'm gonna show the people that you mentioned. But before I show the screen, who are they actually?
Okay, one of them obviously is Steve Jobs, who created Apple. So it's a big brand. So everybody wants to have an Apple, okay? The second person is, of course, our very own Chinese guy called Jack Ma. And thirdly, a guy you call Elon Musk, which many people do not know. And I will tell you about these three people, what is so special about them and how I learned from them to put into our business.
Yeah, please do. Since you put these three gentlemen here, I believe they are, they're not only impacting you, but they impact the whole world. But for you personally, what is the biggest thing you can learn from people like Steve Jobs?
Okay, I learned about this Steve Jobs he's a perfectionist. So everything he does it has to be perfect. So what perfectionist means, see, what happens is that whenever an iPhone comes out, he has got 100 people around him, and he will show the design to these 100 trusted people. And if 97 of them say, Steve, I love it, then he will get excited. But then he will ask the three other guys, hey guys, what do you think about this? Hi, Steve, I like it very much. I like it very, very much, but I have not fallen in love with it yet. So Steve Jobs will bring this product and say, go back to the R&D and say, look, guys, I got 97 people who love these things, but 3% has not loved it yet. Make sure these three people love it. So after a while, with the thing, it comes in, and as soon as it reaches 100%, only the product will come out. So what it tells us, I learned from him, is that whatever you do, try to be as perfect as possible. Although, as everybody knows, there are no perfect situations, there are no perfect solutions, but important thing is that our attitude of thinking must get perfection. I learned from this guy.
Okay, thanks so much. I just want to welcome those who are watching this Facebook Live. Firstly, I want to say hi, Tiffany. Hi, Daniel Ding. Hi, we have Tiffany Che as well. Hi, thank you for joining us. May Amelia, Amelia May or May Amelia. Hi, thank you for joining us. Edna Slim, thank you for joining us. And Elizabeth, thank you for joining us. So if you have questions for those who are watching, please type in the comments below, and I or Slide will be happy, more than happy, to answer questions from those who are watching this Facebook Live. So please feel welcome. You can ask questions by typing your questions in the comments below, and I'll be able to channel your questions to Aesos Live. Okay, good. So just now you mentioned Steve Jobs is a perfectionist. What about Jack Ma? What is the biggest thing you learn from someone like Jack Ma?
Okay, Jack Ma is a guy that you learn something, which is never, ever give up. So the more you try, the more you believe, you'll definitely succeed. So he's like a living legend who has got many stories. Every time he tells a story, it's about never giving up. So we must learn this very important lesson from this very special guy.
Okay, good. How about the third person, Elon Musk? I think he's more famous in the Western world. How about in Asia? Why do people like you and Asian like you admire him so much? How does this man influence you?
Okay, Elon Musk. So by the way, today in America at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which is 3 o'clock in Malaysia, he will be the first American or first person in the entire world who owns a private limited company, which is like a Sendirian Berhad lah. In Malaysia, it's a Sendirian Berhad guy who's going to launch a rocket to space carrying 2 astronauts. And in America, nobody has ever done that since 2011. That was 9 years ago. And this guy with the Sendirian Berhad built a rocket, and he's going to carry 2 astronauts today, to the space station, which is 350 miles away from Earth, on American soil. So he's the first ever Sendirian Berhad to send people into space. Most of them are like NASA, like the Soyuz and the government, but he's a private company. Okay, what is so special about this guy? He's the only guy in the world. He say, I guarantee you it will never work. And he's the only guy in the world who tells you that I will make sure, I guarantee you it will work. So there is something that I learned very, very big from this guy. You know, you must learn about this guy. Yeah, I will tell you what I learned from this guy later on. How do I put it into our business?
So how does these 3 gentlemen here influence you, or has in some way has relationship with the copy and paste method? How has these 3 gentlemen give you an idea of this copy and paste? So can you explain a bit?
Okay, if you look at the downstairs, generate creativity, encourage thinking out of the box, and changing quicker than others. Okay, Steve Jobs, he is, as I say, a perfectionist, and his main thing is basically design. So I've learned something that if you want to be successful, number one thing is that apart from having very good quality products, which is already a given fact that we don't have to say, because if the product is no good and no good quality, don't come out. So anybody who comes out with a product already knows that the quality of the product is very good. So we don't talk about the quality. So how do we attract people to buy our products? So Steve Jobs is one person that he says, the first thing that I come out or anything that I launch, people must instantly fall in love. Okay, fall in love with the design. So once, okay, what we want to do is that if you look at the products that we have actually developed, so I put a lot of emphasis on the design so that people look at the products, wow, this looks pretty good, or it's very attractive. Then they come to you, and then once they hold the product, our main intention is when you hold our products, we want the saliva to come out from your mouth, like, wow, I feel like eating now. Why it's so delicious? Because the design packaging. So Steve Jobs has got this thing that anything he does is all about design. So that was why I learned from him, whatever we do, the design must be good. Not only the product packaging. If we do a video, the presentation must be beautiful. If we do a poster, the poster must be beautiful and attractive. So everything that looks nice will attract people. Okay, that's the main thing and the most important thing I learned from Steve Jobs, which we put into our products and our business.
And how about Elon Musk? How is this guy got to do with the copy and paste method?
Okay, the copy and paste method. Okay, this guy is like a genius. To me, he is like a real life Iron Man, because he is a Sendirian Berhad sending rocket to the moon. And then if you look down there, there's a car called Tesla. So he created Tesla. And 18 years ago, when people, 17 years ago, when people look at you, you want to build a car and you want to compete with BMW, Ford, and Toyota, Volkswagen in the world, and then you say you want to do an electric car, everybody laugh at him. You know, everybody say you must be crazy, you must be nuts. It's impossible for a guy who is not in the car line, not in the technology line, not anything, to want to build a car. So everybody look down on him and say that it's impossible. Okay, I learned from him is, as I say, if people tell you cannot and you believe you can, you better do it. So don't listen to people, because a lot of people, if 100 people say cannot and you are the only one who say can, and most of the time people don't do. What I learned from him, most importantly, that we can cut and paste into our business, basically is, whenever he does something, he must get the best people in the world to do the thing. Meaning that if you build a car, an electric car, he employs the best guy about battery technology. He will get the best guy on braking technology, the steering technology. He gets the best people in the entire world to work for him. Okay, how did that convert into our business? So when I started the business, yeah, I knew that I couldn't do it all by myself. So I've got a partner called Eddie. So he is an incredible guy because you know why? He has been working in the airport for 13 years. So he knows exactly in out what people like in the airport, what tourists like, what kind of tourists they like, anything. So we became partners. So he's doing an extremely good job because you know what? Without him, the brand can never be seen anywhere, and he doesn't. And he doesn't give what people say. He said, let's do it because I know exactly what we need to do. So he's a very, very good partner of mine. So I got the best partner in the world. Okay, that's number one. Now we have got the best staff in the world. In other words, our staff works 7 days a week. I mean, it's very difficult to find staff who work 7 days a week, who like die for the company. That was like, hey, hello, are you sure you're going to do this for us? How come you do it for us? So for one reason is because I think we are nice people. Number two is that they see the potential in the business for the future, and we treat them well, we love them very much, and we appreciate what they do. So we get the best people for the best job. And finally, we get the best customers to sell the best things. So in other words, in the airports, what we do is that the number one retailer in the airport, we work with them. The number one so-called chain store in Malaysia, we work with them. So we work with the best people. So in other words, when you work with the best people, you get the best results. So it is something that a lot of people take things for granted, but we put a lot of emphasis in learning from Elon Musk. You want to do the best thing, you learn from the best, or you get the best to do it for you, and we do it together the best way. So this is how, yeah.
Good, thank you. One of the awards that you have won actually is from the Guinness Book of Record, and you actually won the title, the biggest number of Durian stream products. Yeah. So can you share with us how did you in very short few years you managed to build so many items, yeah, in a short time? What's the secret of you building so many items in a short time?
Okay, so this one I learned from Jack Ma. So Jack Ma says, in order for you to be successful, there are three principles of business, business principles that you must follow. Number one is variety. Try to give as many as possible. So for example, if today you walk into a shop that sells only 200 items, and then at the same time you walk into DIY with 10,000 items, so you probably want to buy something, you get stuck there for 3 hours because there's so many things to see. So Jack Ma says, the more products you have, the more choices you have, and the more different types of people will buy your product. So if you only have 1 or 2 types of products, only 1 or 2 types of people who like this kind of choice or choices will buy them. But if you got 10, you may attract 6 other people who may not like the first 2. Okay, so what happens is that even like that, looks at Volkswagen, look at Samsung, Huawei, Oppo, Toyota, and all these brands have got products variation from 200 ringgit to 4,000 ringgit handphone, or a $70,000 car to a $200,000 car. So Jack Ma says, you want to capture the market, the first thing you need to do is basically to have as many products as possible. So that was why we started doing like, okay, 1 coffee, 2 coffees, 3 coffees, 4 coffees, after that we do chocolates and so on. So when you have a lot of products, and he said, when you have a lot of products, people will trust that, well, this company must be doing well. This company must be very good because they've got so many products, right? And then at the same time, if somebody buys one product and they like this particular product, I said, wow, they also got chocolate one, maybe I should try the chocolate. Oh, they also have tea, maybe I should try tea. And they got bak kut teh. Oh, so once they have confidence in the product, so they start buying one after another, and the brand top of mind, they will remember you forever. So that's what Jack Ma says. Okay.
There's one question from the comment. Ryan is asking, he says, if he is not a durian lover, how can he enjoy your products? If for someone who is not a durian lover, are you able to turn him into a durian lover? That's the question.
Okay, the first question we have to ask Ryan is, number one, whether he really hates the smell or he really hates the taste. Okay, or he doesn't like the taste. What we can actually do is that try not to eat the fresh durian first. Because fresh durian is very pungent, very strong smell. Because durian is the only fruit in the world, right? Either you love it or you hate it. There's no such thing as that, okay lah, I eat also sometimes nice, sometimes not nice. So durian is that either you eat it, wow, you love it, or you don't like it. So if Ryan is not a durian lover, we can always train him and say, okay, Ryan, I tell you what, you come to our shop, you try our cookie first, because the durian percentage or the smell and the taste is probably like 10% only. So 10%, so we can actually train our palate or our taste bud to be able to accept durian slowly and slowly. Yeah, we are very happy because so many products, we actually sometimes see people who don't eat durian, after trying our products, they started eating our products first. So some of them have come back and said, I'm not really tried the real fruit yet, I don't dare to do it yet, but I like your products. So that is the first step Ryan should do, is to try some of our products, and we will educate you, because sometimes the taste bud can be taught,
Thank you. I think there's a good way to start, which is to try some durian coffee, or some of your products, and maybe from trying your products, they will start to appreciate the actual durian. Yeah. Now I see in your packaging, I think you are doing this deliberately. Why on your packaging, for all your, most of your packaging, there is a face of a human. There's a human face as the design in your packaging. Why you put human face on your packaging, and maybe you want to explain why? Yeah.
Okay. You see, the cut and pasting can only last to a certain point of time, meaning that you can only copy and paste certain things, copy and paste certain things, copy and certain things. So in order to be successful, we cannot be 100% copycat. So after a while of copying things, we have to create our own identity, our own signature, so that people would know who we are, what we are. Once they look at it, then you know. Once you look at it, then you know. So what we did was, fortunately, we created this filial piety concept. So we have actually 6 concepts. One of them, which is very famous for our brand, is filial piety, because we also have happiness, we also have friendship, we have also got sunshine and caring and sharing. So what we do is that all of our products have stories behind the products. So filial piety is very important, because being Chinese, being Asian, filial piety is the most important core. And as the Chinese say, 100 good deeds a Chinese person must practice. Number 1 rank of all the 100 will be filial piety, because if you love your parents, I think things will be smoother. So what we did was, we started putting my father, my mother-in-law, my partner's father, my partner's mother-in-law. Okay, why do we do that? Because it is like,
Yeah, this is your partner, right?
This is my partner. Yeah, he's a very good partner of ours. And so both of us, we have got 2 different sets of things that we do. He does all the operations and all the sales, and he's extremely good in all this control. And what you see out there is basically because of him. So I'm the behind the scene guy who supports all the packaging and the ideas of how to make our brand look good. Okay, coming back to filial piety. So I come from a poor family, right? I'm a poor guy. So when I started making some money, my dad became too old already. So money has got no meaning for him. So I thought that the only way to honor him and to respect him is to give him something that can make him proud. So we put the product and the face into the packaging, so and say, Dad, so I can't give you very much. I'm sorry that I didn't give you a lot when I was younger, and now you're too old, So this is the only thing I can give you back to you as respect and honor. So he feels very happy, like, wow, my son really loves me very much, And he's very honored to know that, the son has already made it a little bit. And when I give him some of these products and he gives it to his friends will feel like, wow, wow, you look so good, Uncle I, and so he feels very proud. And these are things money cannot buy. So, and then like my partner's father, he put the products in the airport, and once in a while, the friends of his father pick up the one and call wow, I saw your photo on the packaging. My partner told me, the father cannot sleep for 3-4 days. Yeah, because he's so proud, he's so proud. So a lot of things that money cannot buy. And so what we did was, we thought of putting this to honor the old folks that have brought us to the world and have taken care of us all our lives. So this is one way we can show to the world that, you know, we love them, we care for them, and putting them, even though one day if they're not around, we will continue the legacy, and you know, we will continue to sell the things, and they can go all over the world. And sadly and unfortunately, my dad passed away 6 months ago.
Oh, to hear that.
Yeah, so 6 months ago, but I'm still very proud because I can still see his coffee being sold. And every time I pass by a shop, I see his packaging there. I feel very honored that I've done my part as a son. And I think everybody should make filial piety as a very important thing, because I've got this principle in life that says, if you love your parents, God will take care of you in any which way that, you know, we just leave it to Him. Yeah.
Okay, very good. So, Aesos, why is this? There's another slide I want to ask you. What is this person doing in your business, Martin Yen? So maybe you want to. Just now you mentioned a bit, but can you just explain a bit more? What is this Martin Yen got to do with your products?
Okay, we engage Martin Yen, he's like a professional that we pay quite a lot of money to make him like an ambassador for 2 of our products, and one of them is called Happy Cookies. So as I mentioned, filial piety is one of the principles that we put into our business to let people know that filial piety is very important. Number 2 is happiness is very important, because happiness is everything. Like today, we are now, you know, facing a lot of challenges and all these things, but why don't we be happy about certain things in life that can push us through and carry us forward, than to be unhappy thinking of the bad things that will be obstacles of our future. So that was why we created this thing called Happy Cookies, because what we wanted to do was to get customers to buy this one and give to friends. You know, I want to make you happy, so I give you this happy cookie. Because you're not very happy, I want to make you happy. And this happy cookie, the inspiration came from fortune cookie, because every product, every cookie inside there has got a message that will either inspire you, motivate you, or make you happy. So we wanted customers to buy and give to their friends and relatives to make them happier. Okay, so that was something that we created and put into the products, because we wanted to sell happiness is everything. As long as you buy our products, I want you to be happy customers, and I want you to give the products to your friends and families, and we want them to be happy also, because happiness is most important in our life.
Yeah, very good. So Aesos, can I share with you, what is your biggest secret in order for you to be so creative, so innovative, always come up with new ideas, different ideas, even though there's a lot of competition in the market already, but you still be able to compete with those players who are much bigger in size, bigger in capital, and longer in the market? How are you being able to get all these crazy ideas and be above competition? So you know, maybe you have some secrets to share with us.
Okay, my biggest secret is actually not a secret, because I say I'm a copycat. Yeah, I'm a copycat. So what I do is that when I see something big, I like to copy something about it. And my belief is that if people can do it, we also can do it, right? So in other words, you just see Ford or BMW or all these things, they are brands like 50, 100 years ago one. But how come there's some brands that came out recently after 50 years, like Tesla is only less than 20 years, and they can beat every one of them? So that inspires me and says that nothing is ever too late as long as you believe and you work very hard. And my secret is that copy and paste. So if you see our packaging and all this, we can always change and always create, because whenever we feel threats or challenges and see people coming into our business competing with us, I will go to the marketplace and do a lot of research, more research than normal, and why people think like that, why people come up with these things. So, and how can we learn from these people, and how can we adopt the strategies, the things that they do, and put into our products to become better than them or better for us. Yeah.
So my next question is, what in your mind, what's in your view, when you look at other people that has been longer in the market and then they never win any awards, what is lacking in some of the local brands that you see? So many in the supermarket, and they're everywhere, but after even long in the market, 20 years, 25 years, they still never win any award. What is actually missing in their brand?
Okay, I wouldn't talk bad about people or what is lacking about them, but I feel something is that they didn't see us coming, and and I think a lot of people underestimated not only us and other people. So they are very like confident in what they do, and at the same time, they just feel that I think enough is enough, lah. You know, like us, we're different. We like enough is enough. I know, but the thing is that we have to improve in order to survive. We have to improve in order to be better, and the most important thing is that we must learn from everybody. So I think, you know, I'm not sure, you know, outside.
Can you share with us what are the biggest challenge, or I mean, what are the biggest challenge that you went through, and when you were building your business, and how did you actually, what did you do to overcome your biggest challenge?
Okay, initially it was very exciting because when we started the business, we knew nothing about the Durian business. So the biggest challenge was to get the right product for the right place, for the right market. So when we started, we didn't know what to do. We knew that we want to do Durian products, whether we should do coffee, whether we should do cookies, or whether we should do chocolates. And that was the first thing that we got stuck. And number two was like, since the market has got so many things already, so many products already, if we were to come up with the same product, I think people may not want us because our brand is unknown. We are unknown. We have not done this business. People will not trust us. That was the first thing that came into our minds. And it was a big challenge. Like, what is the first step that we should take in order for us to be a player in the business? So that was the main thing. Not knowing what to do was the biggest challenge then.
So how did you overcome this not knowing what to do? What did you actually do? Do you go to the cave, hide yourself, pray to God, or read many books, or attend seminar? How did you, you know, in a very short time find so many ideas and able to build the brand that is recognized and well received in the market?
Okay, as I mentioned, like I started with copy and paste. So copy and paste means that I went to all the supermarkets, number one, to see what is available in the marketplace and how good are they. If you see like there are 20 coffees, that shows coffees must be doing well. All right, and then you see some or two products that only one or two items or one or two brands that shows this product is not a very exciting product because nobody wants to do it. So that was the first thing we learned about the business. Second thing is that we went to look for things that is not sold in Malaysia. So we started with Durian cookies and Durian wafer, which was not available in Malaysia, and also Durian candy. So if you look at Durian chocolate, Durian coffee, a lot of things are already available. So we started by entering the market, supplying things that were not available in the market, so people could accept us. Because if I were to bring in a coffee to an existing customer, and you look at me, like I got like 20 coffees already. I don't need another coffee because your coffee is unbranded. I don't need you. But when we went there and showed them, sir, would you like to have Durian cookies? They say, yeah, I don't have Durian cookies. Maybe I can try. Oh, your Durian wafer tastes pretty good, and I don't sell Durian wafer. Or maybe you should try. So that was where we had our breakthrough by selling products that were not available in the marketplace. And because it was new, it was good, we had this opening that we went in, and we were surprised that from nothing, suddenly a lot of people wanted to sell the products. There was something, yeah.
Yes, that's good. Thank you. I have got one question from Vijay Kumar. Vijay Kumar is asking you, how is COVID-19 affect your business, and what are your strategies to overcome COVID-19?
Okay, currently, if you look at my face, I'm like forcing myself to smile. Okay, we have been extremely affected. In fact, our business is down by 95%.
95%, that's a lot, huh?
Yes, it's down because we are in the tourist business. We are in the food souvenir business. As you know, there are no more flights, there are no more tourists, and locals don't buy our products. So, like, we are completely like 95% no more business. Okay,
but that's a lot, huh?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. So all of us are suffering extremely badly, but we are very excited although we're suffering, because we know that once the market opens, the craze will come back, number one. And what we are doing now is we have created like 12, 13 new products, chocolate products, that are catered for the local consumption. Local consumption means that we are going into the market like Cadbury, Kit Kat, and all these kind of local products, rather than purely tourist products where locals don't buy. Because locals will also buy tiramisu chocolate and then the mango chocolate, which are non-durian related. So we have come up with these like 12, 13 products. And at the same time in our shop, by next week, we are going to come up with food, which is like nasi lemak goreng ayam lah, and then we got spaghetti lah, they got Thai chicken lah, then they got noodle, all these things, because we now have to look into the local market, because the tourist market is terrible and we are not sure when it's going to come back. So what we want to do is that we cannot do nothing, and we do a lot of live, Facebook Live and all this thing. At the same time, if we can learn from you especially and your programs how to make or overcome things better than normal through the courses that you give or the programs you give, we'll be very keen to learn as much as possible. This is time for us to actually learn as much as we can, not just sit down there, play games, watch TV, do nothing and cry every day. We can't do that.
Yeah, so in a short while I'll be maybe share one or thing with you that I think the concept of masterpiece, because I see that you are actually synchronizing with the concept that I'm actually teaching, that a person, anybody can become a masterpiece in their industry, in their career, and also in their business. But before we arrive at masterpiece subject, I got one more question coming from the Facebook. Your Hot Chai is asking, what is the percentage of durian product in your most expensive product? I think the question he asked is that what is the percentage of your market share in the category of expensive durian? What is your market share? I mean, I think he's referring to before MCO.
Okay, what is the percentage of durian product in your most expensive durian product?
It's asking you what is your market share in terms of the durian products? Like you got so many competitors, so many people come up with durian coffee. So what is your market share in the market? Something like that. I think that's his question.
Okay, I answer your question first. So we are something like 20% of the market share of the country. So in other words, if there are 100 brands or 100 items and or competitors in the market, so we have 20% market share. But if I look at the question that Mr. Yo Hok Chai asked, is maybe how much durian is inside our product of the most expensive. Okay, our most expensive product is actually the Musa King Kopi Luwak. So we put like 20 to 25% of raw material durian into that product. Okay, so we cannot put 100% because 100% then it defeats the purpose of calling a coffee. Then it becomes a durian juice. Okay, let's say so it's like a coffee. So we call it durian coffee. So in other words, the base has to be coffee, and if we put like 20-25% of durian into the coffee, so in our most expensive products, because some of the products we put like 5%, some of the products we put like 10%, because we must blend the products properly in order to get the best taste. It doesn't mean that you put 80% durian, 20% flour, that particular product will become good. So we do a lot of R&D, because to us, the quality and the taste of the product must be the main focus of our business.
There's one more question coming from Facebook. Are you thinking, will you be focusing on halal products, or perhaps in the future wellness products? Because you say the tourist market is badly hit. So will you be considering to have halal or wellness products?
Okay, currently 30 to 35% of our products are actually halal, because the factories that we work with are halal factories where they are actually halal by JAKIM of Malaysia, right? So they are export companies, they have got the HACCP, they have got halal certificates, they have GMPs and so on. So these factories are actually halal. Nevertheless, not all our products are halal, because some of our products are actually like biscuits and all these things. We have got a tendency to help people, and we buy sometimes from like single mothers or mothers who are like have to come and work because the family is not good enough. So the mother comes up with doing cookies, and so we like to help people who are hardworking. So obviously, if it's a single mother or a lady who wants to earn extra income, they don't have the facilities to get halal. So we buy from them. Unfortunately, it's difficult for them to get into halal. So, but nevertheless, if the product becomes very big and a lot of people like, we will be able to get some other factories to produce similar products in a halal format while not disrupting their business, because we don't want, just because we need to do halal, we kill somebody's periuk nasi, which we wouldn't like to do that. Yeah.
All right. Since you mentioned that your products are affected around 95% due to the COVID-19, so the tourists are not flying into Malaysia. So someone is asking, Stephen is asking, will you be considering to actually do online, like, like put your products maybe on Lazada or Shopee or any online platform? Will you be thinking and doing to put your products online?
Oh, great. That's a very good question. That is actually the first thing with it. Immediately when there was the MCO and now the CMCO, as soon as we couldn't open the office, we couldn't do anything, we started doing live. So now we have our products nicely inside Lazada and Shopee, which are very nicely done. Second thing is that we also do live every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays under our Sunshine Kingdom live channel, where our staff will sell our products at very special discounted price, and we will tell you more about Durian products and the ingredients, how we do it, how we eat it, how we cook it. So that we never did that before. So that was a very good question, and what we did, we are very happy to have done that. And every time we do live, every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 3 o'clock, we get people like 3,000 to 5,000 views. Which like, what?
That's
what people want. What people want to see. And now we are very happy that people are like, I never knew there was Durian product. Very weird one, coffee with Durian, very funny one. But after explaining to them and letting them try, and then once in a while, we give them samples free and all these things, they try, hey, not bad. Actually, I didn't know that Durian can have Durian coffee. And so, because we always tell people, you like apple, right? But forever, you cannot be eating apple. You also drink apple juice one, ma. Also, you also eat apple pie one, ma, right? So this one is a matter of education, education and educating people of the king of fruits, because durian is a very, very special fruit, a very beautiful fruit where everybody eat durian will be very happy one, So that's why it's called a happy fruit in Malaysia.
Very good. So I want to ask you, because you have been working for a long time, and then after working, you found this company together with your partner. So in the beginning, I think for someone who worked for a long time and coming out as an entrepreneur will not be easy. So what actually was the factor for you to jump up from employment to become an entrepreneur and started this company? What actually drives you to be to do what you do now?
Okay, when I was working in corporate worlds, 2 companies and so on, I see that the only way to be rich, is to do your own business, because it's the most difficult thing to do. Of course, it's very good to work for people that you don't have to worry about all these things. But I thought that we're going to spend the same amount of time working. Why don't we work for ourselves and try ourselves rather than work for people for the same time, but you know that every month you're only just going to get that amount of money, for the same time you spend. So what I decided was, of course, I failed many, many times in my life, and I'm only successful or semi-successful only over the last 5 years, okay? So, of course, with the experience that I have, I failed so many times, and I wanted to do myself, and fortunately that I've got a very good partner, I've got very good staff, we've got very good products, and we've got very good energy. And most importantly is that we must work very hard, whether we are doing ourselves, we're working for ourselves, or we're working for people. So what made me jump was that I thought I could do it myself if other people can do it. And if other people can make money, I think I also can make money. So that was the main thing that put me, from one place and I jumped to another place. but it was very, very tough. It's very, very difficult. It's not easy.
So I want to ask you, I believe the biggest breakthrough was when you founded the company, and I believe that it wasn't easy because being small, being not a player even in the market with existing strong competitors in the market. How did you overcome? And I just assume you may have maybe financial challenge or maybe capital challenge or maybe challenge in some way. And can you maybe help us understand how do you build your company in such a short time? What did you overcome?
Okay, the first thing in any business or any business that we do, and especially ours, my partner and I, we work extremely, extremely hard. So meaning that we spend at least 12 to 15 hours a day because it started with only two of us. So we have to pack, we have to carry things, we have to deliver, we have to do everything on our own. So what we need to do is work extra hard. Yeah. So okay, the biggest challenge was, as I say, how to overcome the first step. We found the formula by getting new products that it was not in the marketplace. So we concentrated and put a lot of time to promote the product ourselves, even in the shops that we sell, because we don't have a lot of money and only two of us. We cannot have promoters, we cannot employ people. So we have to do it for the customers. We have to sell the products ourselves, and we have to do everything ourselves. So by working very hard, I think with a lot of luck, and of course our packaging and our products of good quality, that makes a lot of difference, because once people look at the product, they like it, and then they are willing to try, and that's it. So that was our thing.
So how many years it took you from survivor mode to be in the thriving mode, from like surviving, pay the bills, break even, and in which year of your business you actually boom, exponential, there's a jump from small little revenue to become bigger revenue? Yeah,
okay, we were actually very, very lucky, because like the first year, which is only like 6-7 months, we did about 80,000 business a year, which is something like 15,000 a month over like 5-6 months, right? But surprisingly, I'm not sure why, but I think I'm not sure why. The next second year we made like $2 million. Like what? It was like from 80,000 to become $2 million in 1 year. Then after that, it never stopped. So until these few months, we are like, instead of growing 95%, now we are down 95%, unfortunately. So
the best year? Which year was the best year in your business? And if you don't mind to share around what is the figure, your turnover. So because you mentioned from 80,000 jump to 2 million. So which year in your business before MCO was the best year for you?
Okay, the best year was last year. We hit more than 10 million business, in a year. So we were thinking of doing like 15-20 million this year, but now it's like back to square one. So last year was our best year, because last year our brand became very big, and we went into supermarkets. We have got like 250 outlets that we supply to, and we work harder than we used to work, and we have got better team, better people. So our team is very, very strong. And my partner is a guy who is like, he's always the bad guy. He's always a guy who is like, Aesos, don't worry, you do the good things, let me do the bad things, let me drive the business. So I think with that kind of attitude and the kind of feeling, that I support him extremely much. Sometimes I argue with him like, hey, shit, man, it'll be nicer if we can or not. Why also you're not nice to me, But I think he has done a very good job where he pushes our staff, and our staff is, as I say, we have got the best staff in the world. And I love them very much. We love them very much, because they sacrifice for us. And even until today, they work very, very, very hard. Even sometimes we have to work on Saturdays, Sundays. They're willing to come back to work with us. And my partner is the driver who pushes them to the brink. Of course, when somebody pushes you too hard, of course, you feel not so nice. But I'm glad that our staff understands that pushing them to the brink of breaking may be something that makes them stronger. And hopefully when things become better and we're back to normal, and these are the people we must take care of, the first thing, because my partner did tell me, the sacrifices that they have done for us, although I think he's a bit too harsh and too hard on them, But I think sometimes we may have to do it because we are in the position where when you are weak, you got to be strong. And when you become weaker, you got to be stronger. So I think that is very important. So both of us are doing what we need to do. And thank you very much to our staff for supporting us so much. And I promise them that if we get back to normal and we do well, we will definitely take care of them.
So for those who are watching, you can still put your comments below, and please like this page, and not only watch this video, however, help us to share. We still have about 10 15 minutes with Aesos, and we still welcome those who are on Facebook to ask question. If you have no question to ask, you pretend to ask lah. So and then but Aesos will be very real to answer your question. Help us share, help us like, and do comment your questions below. Thank you. Okay, Aesos, I got one more questions for you. I know I really goreng you cow. So
you never give me question to answers.
Okay, well, I just now we were talking about masterpiece. Actually, I see you. You are someone who have how to say. You are someone that I can call a masterpiece because although you went into the industry very late, however, you're able to build your success with your partner in a very short time, and then you're also very creative, and then won so many awards also in a few short years. So that's why I call you a masterpiece. Now my question is, I'm just curious, why 2 years ago you came to my Train the Trainer training when you already such a very successful boss, entrepreneur? Why you still want to attend Train the Trainer?
Okay, I've always wanted to be a trainer, but never had the chance. So until I met up with you, and two things that satisfies me a lot in my entire life, right? One is of course achievements. Achievement here means that if you see people buy your Durian coffee and drink coffee and then they smile, they laugh and so on, you feel very satisfied, because it's an achievement that you've done something to satisfy the customers. The second achievement is to learn as much as possible to become a better person. So 2 years ago, I attended your class because I really wanted to be called a certified trainer. So I had to go and get something. It's something like, now we call you Dr. Jackson because you have got a doctorate in something, philosophy and something. So it's a recognition that I thought that it's about time for me not to stop learning and also to learn more and get recognized. So I think that is important in life, that everybody must look for something to improve themselves, so that once you learn something and improve yourself, the next thing you should do is to give it back to society, where you were once before. Look back and pass the baton to the people who are lining up. I think it's important. And at the same time, I attended your masterpiece. I thought it was like something very important, Although, as you say, I'm not that successful, but I wish I could be more successful. And at the same time, I wish I could learn more from you, because 10 years ago when we met, I've never forgotten what you have said, because you said in order for a person to be a leader, first of all, you must speak correctly. You don't have to speak well, not correctly, because some people's English are not so good. So, but if they speak well, my name is Chai. So if if you speak very well, people understand you, they get drawn to you. So you don't have to have very good English or very good language capacities. The second thing is that for you to become a leader, you better speak well. You don't want to be a leader or a boss. Hey boss, what are you going to do today? What are we going to come out? Let me think and see. So you cannot be a good leader or a good boss. So in order for you to do that, you must be a good speaker. So you are one of the very few guys who actually made me who I am today. That was why whatever courses that you have that I can afford, I will try to join and learn as much as possible, so that one day, whatever I learn, I can give back to society. And one of them is Masterpiece, because Masterpiece is one of the programs that actually make you realize who you are, what you can do, what you cannot do. And this guy, Mr. Jackson, will be able to guide you to do what you do. So once, after attending the masterclass, I became slightly better than I was, because there were some things that I learned from the Masterpiece that I never thought of, because one of the things I learned from Masterpiece was like, think world standard. Because what we always do is that we just think that I think good is good lah. Try our best is best. But have you ever thought that we want to become world class, world standard? So this Masterpiece, there are many things I learned from that, the course of Masterpiece. But the thing I learned the most is to have a world class mentality, even though you are not world class. But you must think world class. So, and Jackson, you're the one who says that who's going to laugh at you when you think world class? Who is going to say you're so cha that you are not world class? Nobody's going to say that to you. But you must say that you are world class, because once you try to reach world class standard, I'm sure with a good heart, with sincerity, with humbleness, with kind heart to help people, take care of everybody along the way, I'm sure there will be a way, with knowledge of what you have taught us, with our own heart combined. I believe we can achieve a lot of things that nobody can achieve. Yeah.
Yes, just now you mentioned no one will laugh at you, but even if there are 1,000 people laughing at us, belittling, saying that we can't do this, we can't do that, at the end of the day, we are still the one responsible for our bills, for our livelihood, for our life, and therefore we are still the one who will make it happen. Therefore, when Jack Ma was nobody, when he was struggling for many years, of course a lot of people will laugh at him, but when he becomes successful, nobody laugh at him anymore. So I think this also applies to everybody. When we were not successful yet, everything we do seems like not working, but the day you become successful, everybody start to come back to you and congratulate you and say you are a genius, you are very smart, you are brilliant, you are a masterpiece. But every master, just like what T.F. Eker mentioned, T.F. Eker, the author of The Millionaire's Mind, he says, every master was once a disaster. Every master was once a disaster. So I think it's very important for everyone to go through hell before they can reach heaven. It's very important for everyone to actually go through difficult times and failure and all the difficult moments in order to find ourselves and also to find our talent and to ride on our talent and to continue the journey. And I think you are one of those very few who actually do not give up along the way, and you actually, with the right partner together, both of you, build this business and turn into a success. I think all your competitors will be asking, how can a person, a new player who have no background in the factory and manufacturing become the award winner? I think this make you a masterpiece itself, because you never stop learning, you never stop questioning, you never stop exploring. Aesos, I think do you have intention to help your friends?
Yeah, definitely. That was my next question I was about to ask you. Okay, because I haven't heard very much about your masterpiece classes and all these things. When is the next one? I'll probably introduce to some friends, because now it's time to learn, because we have a lot of time to learn, because of this MCO thing. So I think I will introduce some friends to come in. So, but we need to know a lot more information on how to go about it. And can anybody attend, or do they have to be qualified to with somebody first in order to become a masterpiece, or anybody can?
Actually, there's two simple criteria to become a masterpiece. The first thing is that the person must be hungry. If a person is hungry, it's very easy to feed the person, because the person is ready to eat, you see. So I think hunger is something that is missing in a lot of people. When I use the word hunger, I'm not referring to the physical food. I'm referring to hunger for success, hunger to achieve something bigger, something more. Now, if you look at a person who drive a Kanchu for 20 years and the guy say, I'm happy with my little Kanchu for 20 years, maybe he's not telling the truth. Because from time to time, we always have new goal, new ambition, we have new dream, we got new hopes. So when someone is hungry, then you can always help the person to achieve more. So criteria number one is to be hungry. And number two, I believe that the person must be willing to learn, because only when a person wants to learn, then the person can become better than yesterday. I always tell my team, and I always repeat this slogan: what was good in 2019 is no longer good in 2020. So a masterpiece is someone understand that nothing stays forever, no product stays forever. Just like my tuition center, when I built in 1999, I saw the business in 2002. In 8 years time, in 2010, the business was successfully closed down by the people who bought from me. Why is the business closed down? Very simple, because in any business, in any career, if a person do not learn, if you don't learn, you will be as good as last year. You may not be able to be relevant, you may not be able to solve new problems. Maybe you can still solve all problems, but you can't solve new problems. Therefore, for anyone to stay relevant, the person must have the second criteria, which is the willingness to learn new things, the willingness to explore, the willingness to question. Is there a better method? Is there a better way? And I can see this is in you, Aesos, and that's why I call you the masterpiece in your own industry. Aesos, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. My book.
Yeah. Did I answer your question just now when you asked me? Because this afternoon when we did the rehearsal, you asked me a very important question. You said, Jackson, you have some friends who ask you whether there's a chance for them to attend my masterpiece program. I was thinking about it the whole afternoon, and just half an hour before we start the Facebook Live, I actually come up with a crazy answer, and I like to share that I am very happy to offer all your friends and all those who are watching right now. I'm gonna offer you free. I will offer you free session called Rise Above the Storm. The storm that we are going through right now is actually hit everybody, whether you're an employee losing your job or about to lose your job, or businesses that is going through struggle financially and potentially to be bankrupt. Yeah, so everyone is going through the storm, whether business owner, employees. Some has been jobless for some time already, and for those also who are retired, also clueless, wake up in the morning, don't know what to do. So there are four categories I'm referring to: jobless, retired, business owners, and also employees. And if you want to find meaning, if you want to have a strong mental health, you want to know how do you pull through this COVID-19 period, you want to be more positive and more resilient. Very important, resilient is the ability to overcome adversity, the ability to go through tough times, the ability to pick yourself up when you go through failure, and to innovate yourself, because not only we innovate products, but we can innovate our life, right? We can innovate our life, we can innovate our business. So I'm gonna share with you, as your friends, and also those who are watching this Facebook, I will give you free 2-hour session. Free, no need money, just come for free. All you need to do is just register at landpage.com/rise above the storm. You can go in and register, and I think Elizabeth will help me put in the link below. Ryan can also help me share. So all you need to do is click the link below, and then you just just put few information like telephone and name and email. That's all, and you can choose whether to come on the Wednesday session or you can choose to come on the Friday session. So it's up to you. We give you two options. You can come on Wednesday or you can come on Friday. And this is my present, this is my free gift for all those who are watching this Facebook Live. And if your friends want to come and they're not watching this Facebook Live, you also can share the link and they also can come for free. Okay, and this is a 2-hour free session. I just want to contribute in my own way to help more people to become a masterpiece, like becoming Aesos Light. Okay, so Aesos Light, back to you.
Okay, basically that is about all I want to share. There are a lot of things to learn from each other, so we have to keep on learning from each other wherever we are, whenever we can, and especially like now. And at the same time, I want to share something which is what what I've been doing for the last 2 months. Yeah, I am writing a book which will be published in a week's time on the
Wow.
6th or 7th. Yeah. So this book is actually called Respect 1 Million. Over the last 1 month, I produced a song together with two very famous producers. One is from Indonesia, one is from Malaysia. And this song is called Respect 1 Million. This song is basically dedicated to all the frontliners, especially the doctors and the nurses, plus the cleaners in the hospitals. Yeah, nobody looks at them. Yeah. So we collaborated with this song and sung by a very famous singer called Gerald Lee. So you can see on YouTube called Respect 1 Million, where now we have got like 395,000 views. It is a song to pay respect to these frontliners who are actually now risking their lives, protecting us, and then they're sacrificing their lives, protecting us, because it is a job which is very difficult to do. And at the same time, during the period I wrote a book. I got 35 friends, 35 friends to write some inspirational and motivational messages for these frontliners who are now, risking their lives for us. So, in other words, I gave them some quotes to write. When we are united, we can win the war, for example, as a quote. So they write, don't worry about these things. When we get together, we fight and we stay and we listen, we stay home, stay safe. So these are the messages which is in the book, and it has got 100 different quotes inside there with pictures. So what I'm going to do is that the 2 months we got this book out, and we will ask for donation. Anybody who gives 10 ringgit minimum will be able to get a book free. And the book has got 148 pages with a lot of beautiful photographs, a lot of quotes that actually can refresh and as well as remind us that sometimes in life, one of the quotes says, life is very fragile. It can expire anytime. So we need to live happily. We need to take care of the loved ones that we are taking care of, we have neglected before the MCO. Now it's time to realize ourselves. And this book, I think, is to let people know the messages that we need to give to the frontliners. At the same time, as I say, this is 100% a donation book. So you can't buy the book. So you donate 10 ringgit, you get a book, and all the money goes to the Ministry of Health. So they have got this Sumbangan Perubatan KKM, which is Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia. So the money will definitely go to the government to help, the PPEs and so on, and all the equipment. So I think everybody during this so-called MCO or a very challenging time, we must play our part, no matter how small it is, because today is not about the size. It's all about your heart. So
Yeah.
I wrote a quote that says, kindness is not measured by the size of your wallet. It's measured by the size of your heart. So that is, I think, I like to share this thing with you.
Yeah, thank you so much for your big heart, and I know you put a lot of effort in producing the 1 million book, and hopefully it will be printed soon and will be released. And maybe when it is printed already, we can have another session to talk about the book that has been published. Yeah. So maybe in the next session. Good. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe in our own different capacity. Like Aesos printed the books to sell and collect money and give to the frontliners. For me, in my capacity, is to give you free 2-hour session. You can see the PowerPoint here. Rise above the storm. And I see COVID-19 is a storm that hit everyone badly. It also hit my company because we used to be very, we did very well in 2019. But when COVID came, we cannot perform any classroom training. So I have to do all the training online to make it approved by the HRDF. And due to this, the change in the policy, we just comply to the HRDF policy. And based on the circular right now, we are able to offer training. However, it has to be virtually. So now the interesting part is, Vijay, I want to answer you, Vijay. Regardless where you come from, whether Ipoh, Malacca, Penang, Johor, we have people from Singapore, Jakarta, all of them actually able to join my Zoom training, because all you need is, once you register, Elizabeth will send you the Zoom link. With the Zoom link, please use a laptop, don't use a handphone. With a laptop, you can you can enter and you can have a very good visual, you can have a very good audio, and your line is stable, so you can have a very good Zoom conversation with me for 2 hours. And we like to offer you free, because I feel this is in my small way I contribute to you. Although I do not know some of you, you are strangers to me, but very quickly we can get to know each other. And I also welcome questions. If you're a business owner struggling with business, I will offer you some business strategy. I will be talking about 7 masterpiece mindset, how anyone, whether you are an employee or employer, jobless or retired, how you can use this 7 masterpiece mindset and to help you to overcome the storm that you're going through right now. So this is the little contribution from my side here for those who are watching the Facebook Live. And for Aesos, he did his part by writing the book. Yeah. So we all contribute differently, and we all give back to society differently. Some got more money, give money. Some got more time, give time. Some got knowledge, give knowledge. Some got a different type of solution. We offer our solution in a different form, but with one same intention. We want to help the society, we want to help the community, we want to help the business owners, we want to help those who are worried about, concerned about their jobs. Yeah. Just for example, today I have 7 people came for my training, and these 7 candidates, they are yet to be confirmed by me, but they came for the training. And I know, even though I do not hire them, if they do not pass the exam next week, and even if I do not choose to hire them, they already learn from me for 3 hours today, because I teach them what is new in the market. So we all contribute to society, we all contribute to the community in a different style. If you have a lot of money, you can always give to charity. But if you have knowledge, you can always give knowledge. If you have time, you can spend time with those who need you. If you're a good counselor, you can listen to people's problem. A lot of people are suffering from mental health. You may want to be a good counselor by listening to their problems. You can offer your time to befrienders, and befrienders will be happy to train you up so that you can help those who need to listen to their problems. Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna end very soon. I'm so happy to meet you here, although we are strangers now, but very soon we will be friends. Yeah. Please help me share this page, although it's gonna be end soon. Help me share, help me like, comments below, give your number to Elizabeth. By WhatsApp her, you can actually receive the link, and from the link you just register yourself. I'll be able to see you next Wednesday, or if you prefer, I can also see you for on Friday, and it's free. Okay. With that, I want to say thank you. What's the last thing you would like to share with the audience? Aesos, what is your for someone who are still building their brand right now, struggling to build your brand, what is your 2 biggest takeaway for them? From you to them.
Okay, number 1, whatever you do, try to do things as beautiful, as pretty, as attractive, as colorful, as vibrant as possible, because the first impression is the most important thing. Because if you got a bad impression, no matter how good your heart is, or how good your wallet is, or how good your business is, or whatever you have, nobody cares about you. So, but if you look good, you're friendly, you're nice, and so on. So in other words, whatever you do in your products or business, you must look very good. Your posters must be good. Your so-called shout-outs must be good. Your packaging must be good. Your services must be good. Everything must look good, first thing. Second thing is that you please do a lot of research. You must do a lot of research of the competitors and what is happening, for 2 things. 1 is you learn from others. Number 2 is that you see what others are not doing, and you produce things that people don't do. So, and only research can lead you to this. These are the 2 things that I like to share with all of you, so that, whatever you do, you just remember these 2 very important points. I believe all of us can make it. It took me many, many years to do it. Yeah.
Just one question, because just now you mentioned you really jaga your staff, you take care of them, you love them. Can you share with us one of the things that you did or you do deliberately to actually to let them know you care for them?
Okay, well, this is a very tough question. It's a very, very simple, very, very tough question. Okay, the important thing is that I think Okay, before I answer the question, I always put this in mind. There is a big difference between taking care of somebody and caring for somebody. Okay, so we want to put the second part. Caring for somebody is that we must know the background of the family, their life, out of work. We must make sure that they go home safely. We must make sure that they wake up in the morning, they want to work, and then everything is in order, that they work happily, the family is in order, everything is in order. I think that is very important. Not that we have to like, okay, I pay you another 50 ringgit extra next year. You only give me 50 ringgit extra. You know, sometimes, of course, monetary is very important because monetary is a driver to a lot of things, because during this very challenging time, it's the more money you have, the better you are. The less money you have, the worse you become, right? So apart from that, we have to give a lot of moral support to these people so that never ever give up. I've got a very good partner. Every morning he gives motivation to the staff that although we are in bad shape, although we have lost 90% of our business, but don't worry, because the day that the 100% will come back soon, and what we need to do is just to be very resilient to all the attacks from the virus and from other, unforeseen circumstances. We work hard, and don't worry, we'll take care of you, not only you, and then hopefully your family will also be happy, because once you're happy, your family is happy. Once your family is happy, everybody's happy. So I think we must promise our staff that this is something that we want to fulfill. No matter what happens, whether it's going to last for 6 months, 1 year, we'll still continue to be like that. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your, your business secret and also your leadership secret, how you take care of your staff. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's getting late for you. I will be tomorrow night. This is a surprise, and it's a surprise news. Tomorrow, my student Florence T will be interviewing me live 9 p.m. on the same platform tomorrow night, and she will interview me on the subject on how a broken person can become a masterpiece. So it's 9 to 10 p.m. tomorrow night, and this is a sudden decision, and it's a sudden news. So I also have no PowerPoint to prepare, nothing. But the interview will be very interesting. It will be live tomorrow, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday at the same place. Go to Jackson page, and you can see the title will be How a Broken Person Can Become a Masterpiece. Now, if you look at the screen that I'm sharing with you now, rise above the storm. Somebody asked, do you have to pay? My answer is no, it's free. It's free. 不用钱的. Ini adalah percuma, tidak perlu bayar. 这是免费的课程，你们可以来2个钟，我会跟你们分享。Okay, I will share with you how you can become a masterpiece. So I want to say one more time, it's a free session. It's on next Wednesday or on next Friday. And tomorrow night, I will do a short one. It's 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday night. I welcome you all. Please help me share as well. And I will be interviewed by Florence. And Florence is one of my students. Yeah. So thank you for watching. And I want to say, God bless you. Stay safe, stay healthy. Make sure you eat well, exercise well, eat well, and also sleep well, most important. And also think well. Don't spend all your time watching all the negative news. Don't follow all the COVID news, because you become more depressed, you become more anxious. So instead, watch better, good information, good training videos. We have a lot of good videos at ilovelearning.asia. Go to ilovelearning.asia and watch all the good videos for free, no money, because we built this portal to help the society, to help our customers to have learning support. So ilovelearning.asia is a platform where you can learn a lot of free videos for free. Yeah. Thank you for watching. I want to say good night and thank you. And thank you also, Aesos, for joining us tonight. I think everyone is happy. That's why they stay until this very moment. But good show must come to an end. So we want to say good night and see you guys tomorrow, 9 p.m. How can a broken person become a masterpiece? Bring your auntie, uncle, mother-in-law, brother-in-law, children, siblings, neighbor, all your friends, bring them. Yeah. Thank you. I see you tomorrow. Bye.
Good night. Bye bye. Have a good weekend. See you.
Yes.